Okarun is completely out of control and tries to harm himself. Jiji steps in to stop him, but Okarun strikes Jiji and begins attacking himself with a blade. Jiji manages to restrain him, but just then, the death worm attacks. Jiji realizes that the creature is using the vibrations from sounds inside the house to track their location. It only strikes when there's movement or sound. Jiji once again tries to stop Okarun, who is still talking about wanting to die. This deeply affects Jiji and brings back painful memories of his parents. He remembers a day when he returned home from school and found them attempting suicide. Even after saving them, they begged him to let them die, leaving Jiji confused and heartbroken. Meanwhile, Momo picks up a shard of glass and tries to stab herself. But since Turbo Granny is in front of her, the glass ends up piercing Turbo Granny instead. To protect herself, she tells Jiji to tie up both Momo and Okarun. Jiji does as told and then asks what's really going on. Turbo Granny explains that the death worm is emitting psychic signals designed to make people commit suicide. Jiji then understands why his parents had tried to take their own lives. But what confuses him is why these signals aren't affecting him. Before Turbo Granny can explain further, Momo uses her psychic power to fling the glass at herself again. Jiji blocks it, but in doing so, reveals their location to the death worm. Jiji starts feeling something strange and quickly carries Momo, Okarun, and Turbo Granny to flee. But he stumbles and falls, causing Momo and Okarun to attempt jumping away. That's when the death worm reappears. Jiji is overwhelmed by darkness again, and suddenly, another monster appears. This brings Momo and Okarun back to their senses. Turbo Granny tells them that the new monster is Evil Eye, and anyone who looks into its eyes goes mad and is driven to suicide. Because of this, Evil Eye is neutralizing the death worm's psychic attacks. Momo suggests using this to their advantage and tells Okarun to attack the death worm. Using Turbo Granny's powers, Okarun blows off the death worm's head, but the creature regenerates and attacks again, forcing everyone to run. Turbo Granny warns them to avoid looking into Evil Eye's eyes. Jiji then realizes that his parents didn't die because of Evil Eye after all. Suddenly, Evil Eye appears before Jiji and he begins to see into Evil Eye's past. A flashback reveals the creature's origins. He was once a human, imprisoned without food or water, meant to be sacrificed to the serpent god. His body became frail from starvation. Eventually, the Keto family sacrificed him. A volcanic eruption burned him alive, and in his final moments, he wished he could have played with the other children. That wish was granted. Later, a house was built over the site of his prison, and a child living there saw Evil Eye. But the moment the child saw him, their parents died. More homes were built on that spot. And mysterious deaths continued happening. All of this stemmed from the death worm living beneath the house, manipulating people to take their own lives. But Evil Eye doesn't understand much. He simply wants to play with the children around. Then he sees the head of the Keto family again, who is seen burying a child along with a house. Evil Eye tries to save the child, but despite all his efforts, he can't do much. This leads him to decide that he won't forgive anyone and that he will destroy them all. At that moment, Jiji regains consciousness and Momo tries to pull Evil Eye away from him. Jiji then tells Momo that Evil Eye isn't a bad person and that he's been fighting the death worm all along. That means he too has suffered greatly. So, Jiji heads into the deepest part of the house, hoping to find Evil Eye's body and set him free. But Momo is completely confused. Jiji reaches Evil Eye's body, but Turbo Granny tries to stop him and warns him that Evil Eye is not good, so he shouldn't feel any sympathy for him. Jiji responds by saying that Evil Eye is just like them, so they should trust him. Suddenly, the death worm attacks them with electricity and traps them inside a sticky liquid. Momo asks Turbo Granny what happened to her good luck. Turbo Granny explains that at this moment, all her good luck is with the enemy. This frustrates Momo, while poor Okarun is unable to move due to overusing his powers. Momo starts trying to escape, but Evil Eye begins to take control of Jiji. Jiji reaches Evil Eye and, apologizing to him, says that he understands his pain. He promises to stay with him and even play with him. Because of this, Evil Eye completely possesses Jiji's body. The death worm then launches another electric attack, but when it tries to devour Momo, Jiji kicks it away and fully transforms into Evil Eye. Now we see Evil Eye talking about destroying humans. Momo calls out to Jiji, but Turbo Granny warns her to be cautious. Suddenly, Jiji attacks Momo, but she protects herself using her psychic powers. Turbo Granny yells at Evil Eye to back off, but he doesn't listen. Momo pleads with Jiji to come back to his senses, but Evil Eye responds that the body now belongs to him, and he'll show the humans what real hell looks like. The Death Worm launches another electric attack, but Evil Eye blocks it with his powers and gathers the spirits of those who had died in that place. He forms a giant ball out of them and starts playing football with it, using it to strike the Death Worm repeatedly. Eventually, the Death Worm escapes through a hole. Momo, trying to understand what happened to Jiji, asks Turbo Granny about it. Turbo Granny tells her that Jiji's grandmother had always said he was a genius, not just because of his intelligence, but because of his immense spiritual power. On top of that, his physical strength is also remarkable, which makes him a target for spirits wanting to possess him. Momo asks why Jiji wasn't like this as a child. What changed now? Turbo Granny explains that just like Momo's powers awakened with age, so did Jiji's, and now he's fully transformed into Evil Eye. That's why they need to stay away from him. Suddenly, Evil Eye attacks Momo with his spirit ball, but she manages to block the attack. Then Evil Eye kicks Momo far away and launches another attack with the ball. But Okarun steps in just in time, leading to a clash of their powers, and with that, the episode ends. The link to the next episode should be appearing on your screen now. Click to continue watching. If you liked my English explanation, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next episode, it's going to be even more exciting. Hit the bell icon so you won't miss it.